Hi guys, Ray here for Cityfan TV. Hope you're all doing very well indeed, guys. Get comfy. Right, guys, we're here to chat about the live team news for the game between Everton and Manchester City. Let me just check my VPN is off. Yep, cool. That would make sure I get slightly better connection. It's this blooming lockdowns and all this rubbish means I'm in a bad zone for getting my connection. So sorry, guys, it might flip in and out. But anyway, Everton versus Man City. Tough game. Everton will not be the same Everton that played against Fulham. Everton don't like a team that defend. They're set up to hit teams more kind of on the break. And against Fulham for defensive, Everton didn't know how to break them down, and they got hit on the break, and they were absolutely rubbish. Obviously, Calvert-Lewin wasn't playing. That hurt them too. Hi, Harj. Hi, Harry. Hope you guys are well. So everything was against Everton that game. Let's just give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to open up Man City's Twitter because it's so slow. Been really busy. Sorry, so much open. Man City. There we go. So, because that's where I'm going to get. Obviously, I'm going to get the team news. Interesting. Just watching who's getting off. You got Pep, obviously, getting off the bus. Just looking at players. Edison, young Phil Foden. Let me just tell you who's coming off. I've got a couple of minutes before the team news is out. I can see Johnny Stones. Looks like, is that Fernandinho? Can't tell. Was looking the other way. Him, not me. Look like Dino. Looks like Emerick Laporte. Diaz. It's hard to tell everybody. Sterling. Some of them you can see. See, if they got the hood up and a mask on, it's not so easy. That's Joao Cancelo on his phone, sending messages. Who's that? Kyle Walker, it looks like. Or is it Gabby J? I mean, it's hard to tell. He's got a hat on and a mask. That's Kyle Walker. That was Gabby J before him. But they got exactly the same hat on. It's so difficult. Exactly the same hat and a mask. So all you've got is a bit of the hair. Well, the haircut's similar, and it's a struggle. Paul's going 2-0 City. Take that all day long. Faris. Anyway, BM Hammer. It's a huge game. Got to win. Evening, Colin. Sergio gets some game time. Might be at the end. I heard a rumor that kdB and Aguero tonight. Hi, Chris. Best shot, you all, buddy. Nice to see you on Steve channel. Don't worry, Ferris is here with the team. He's absolutely hard. Going to be a tough game. It is. One of the big stats is since that Spurs game, we've never been behind in a league game. Never been behind. And that's obviously a big mental thing. Mentally, once we take the lead, teams know it's going to be really tough. They've got to come at us a little bit. We can pick them off. So if we go behind, then you can see a team like Everton pulling everybody back and trying to hang on to a lead. So it's not going to be easy. So let's just get onto Twitter. Yeah, you can't underestimate Everton. Sorry, I just seen a call. I can't read that out because of what it says on Twitter. But it just shows you some United fans, Liverpool fans, whatever. This is a picture of Stephen Harrison, Miguel Delaney, and Rob Harris. Sorry, I can't read it out. Oh dear. These guys are getting ripped to pieces. Oh, it's basically what do you call, it's like a pod of whales, a leap of leopards, a murder of cows. What do you call these? Sorry, you got to go and check it out. Pep could shock us with the team news. Well, Haj, you never know. We said yesterday, will Walker start at right back with Cancelo move to the centre? More likely, you're going to have Mahrez starting. More likely, something like that. Is Fernandinho fit? I didn't think he was. KDB can't start, surely. Surely he can't start. Everton got Europe to play for. Absolutely, Chris. Look, Everton are sat there, 2 wins away from being overhauling Liverpool. So Gundogan's probably out because Pep said, Pep said this this game on Wednesday will come too soon. Why take a risk? He said the game will probably come too soon for him. We don't honestly know how long he'll be out. I think we'll find out on Friday if Gundogan is still injured. My hope was that he'd start this weekend. Yeah, KDB can't start hard, but here we go. Faris has put the team news out for me. I'll just pop yours up. Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Rodrigo, Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden, Sterling, Jesus. So the only thing they've done there is put Walker on the right, Cancelo on the left, if that's the way it's going to go. Or we might play 3 at the back. We might play 3 at the back with with Walker, Diaz, and Laporte. So no place for John Stones. He's on the bench. I think that's extremely harsh on John Stones. Yes, you might be resting him, but I think that's extremely harsh on John Stones because, to be honest, he played better than Laporte. He's our for me, he's our number 1. Anyway, so we've got Stefan on the bench, Stones on the bench, Aguero, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, Torres, Mendy, Fernandinho, Garcia. As suggested, KDB's on the bench. I don't think he's going to come on, personally. Mr. Roll-Up says, time to run away with this. Time to run away with this thing, says Mr. Roll-Up. KDB on the bench, Aguero on the bench. Without Gundo and KDB, it's going to be out. It's going to be tough. Stones is on the bench. I'm disappointed. Gundogan can sit for Arsenal too. If fit, can play last 10 minutes with Arsenal. He needs to be fit for the Champions League. To be honest, Abu, if he's fit on Thursday, I'd have him against Arsenal. I wouldn't hold him back. City getting stronger once Aguero and De Bruyne back to full fitness. Third game, no Diaz and Stones. Shocked to see informed Stones on the bench. Yes, Chris, absolutely. John Stones, the right centre back, now in the. I can't believe he's not there without Gundogan, KDB, and be out yet. Stones should have played week 2. Can carry the ball. He is the best carrier of the ball. People want to say something else. Rubbish. You can have your opinions. But let me just quickly send my lad a message. He's just, my lad always sends me, he's got this message thing where he sends me direct messages, and I don't like that. I like it on WhatsApp or as a text, but he sends me on a third different thing, direct messaging me. Anyway, Stones is the best carrier of the ball we've got at City, bringing the ball out from the back. Better than Laporte, clearly. Better than Diaz. Stones is the man. You watch, and if someone put a compilation of every time he carried the ball forward this season, check how many times he loses it. You'd be lucky to find 2. That's what I firmly believe. You'd be lucky to find 2 times where he's messed it up. He carried so well. Anyway, that's the team. Are you guys happy? That's the question. Are you happy? I called some of it, because I said we could have Walker, but I thought we'd have Zinchenko. But Mahrez is back. I said something today. I said I like it when I can't get it right, when I can't guess the team, and that's because nobody else can. That means the opposition manager. No opposition manager would have guessed this team easily. No way. But it's good we got Walker for his pace and his physicality. Maybe that's why Stones is out. Diaz and Laporte will put a lot of power and strength for Calvert-Lewin. So, hey, Stones will be back against Arsenal, I'm sure. People forget that Stones is injury prone. He shouldn't play a lot, and it's not like Laporte is decent. Stones is our best defender right now for me. I understand Pep also said he's very rarely been fit for long enough, so that's why Diaz has played so much and Stones has been missed it, every 4th or 5th game. I don't mind. That's why Stones isn't playing in the cups and stuff. You wouldn't get it too yet. No Stones, but hey, Laporte and Cancelo, they've got to do the business. Laporte is not world class, says you wouldn't get it. He's certainly not world class at the moment. It's not what I've seen. It's not what I've seen in the last 6 to 12 months. He's not that. He's not the level. Could be through the back, says Kamal. I think so. We could have Walker, Diaz, and Laporte. Obviously, Diaz plays the middle, Walker plays the right, Laporte plays the left, and you've got Cancelo pushed into midfield with Rodri. Yeah, you could actually have Rodri and you could have Rodri there, Cancelo and Bernardo in front, Foden, Sterling, Jesus, and Mahrez up front. It could be, 4 or 5 up front. Confusing line of Zinchenko, many not playing left back. Cancelo wasted left back. I'm not sure he's going to play left back, Colin. I think he'll play in midfield. That's my feeling. We'll have 3 at the back, and we'll have Rodri, and then we'll have Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden, Sterling, Jesus in front, and Cancelo. So we could have, somehow we're going to have to, we could have something like 3-1-2-3. Well, 3-1-3-3, sorry. 3-1-3-3. Don't mind that. Prithvi says, why change something when it's working? Stones and Diaz are a wall. Calvert-Lewin is not playing or on the bench. Well, that's my Calvert-Lewin smashed. I took a risk of putting 2 Everton players in my team, and Calvert-Lewin isn't there. So that takes a lot away from Everton. That means for my fantasy league team, I think I get Robertson. Or is that I'll check my lad's team. Who's he got up front? Because my lad had Calvert-Lewin as well. You would have Calvert-Lewin. Look, my lad's going to get Calvert-Lewin. He's not going to play. So my lad's going to get Robertson, who got 1 solitary, single, miserable point. So my lad's going to be after me now, because he's 20 points ahead of in his league. And I told him to keep Calvert-Lewin. But anyway, let's go back up to put Everton team out, because, well, Chris is there. You go. I saw your Everton team. Stick the Everton team out. So we've got Pickford, Holgate, Keane, Godfrey, Mina, Digne, Doucouré, Davis, Iwobi, Richarlison, Sigurdsson. Honestly, if you're losing that game, you'd be really unhappy. They haven't got have they got no James either? Is that right? No James Rodriguez. Can't see that. James is in my team. I took a risk putting him in my team. I'm getting smacked. DZ for English. How you doing, buddy? Kamal Dwyer. Stones needs a rest, especially with his injury record. He's not played that much, has he? Edison and Stones are the best ball playing keeper and centre back respectively, says Mr. Hope. Can't argue with that. That's what I've been saying all season. Play Stefan at goal and Edison at centre midfield. Cancelo plays where he wants to, says you wouldn't get it. Absolutely. So, no Calvert-Lewin. No James Rodriguez. Everton, Pickford, Holgate, Keane, Godfrey, Mina, Digne, Doucouré, Davis, Iwobi, Richarlison, and Sigurdsson. That's interesting. They've got some quality there in Sigurdsson and Richarlison. And Doucouré's got a bit of power, but I'm not going to say who I don't rate, but those are the ones I rate the most. But, you've got to, without James Rodriguez, without James Rodriguez, without Calvert-Lewin, that's got to give you a chance. There's a better chance. Stones needs a rest, says Kamal Dwyer. I had Stones and Gundogan in mind, says LG and Cat. Well, I dropped Stones. I dropped Stones not because I didn't want him. He's cheaper than Diaz, but Pep was playing Diaz more and more than Stones. So that's it. I mean, look, if you've got Gundogan in your fantasy side, you should be happy anyway, because he's got 19 points or double up to 38. James Rodriguez on the bench. To be honest, Chris, it's not going to make a lot of difference now. If he comes on, he'll get a point unless he contributes something to the game. Starting the game at least gets you 2 points, generally, unless you get a yellow card. Stones hasn't been injury prone this season. You want to get it. What's happened is he's let Stones miss a few games, which I think has helped him with his fitness as well. No James, no Allen, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So, James, sorry. It is a little bit weaker than it should be, but you never know what they might do. Are they saving play for the derby, says Harry? I suspect so. If you think about it, you've got, and the one that you want to win is the Liverpool one, more than City. You want something out of City. You want to draw. I mean, this could be the team that goes out for a draw against City. Is James going to put the effort in that a Davis does? So maybe this Everton team is set up for a draw, looking at to keep a clean sheet, and against Liverpool to get James back. Because beating Liverpool gets them potentially above Liverpool. They've got 2 games in hand over Liverpool. That's Fulham one was a big loss, but beating Liverpool gets them. I think will get them. If they draw tonight and beat Liverpool, would they be on above Liverpool or level with points? It's going to be very, very close. Good call, Harry. Stones didn't play in the very beginning of the season, says you wouldn't get it. Flipping Stones had fantasy as well, says Hatch. Well, that's it. That's why I've gone with Cancelo in my fantasy team now. I used to have Foden, kdB, and Stones, and I've had to change it to Cancelo, Diaz, and Gundogan. You just cannot leave Gundogan out the side. It'll be interesting to see, obviously, wait on Friday. You see, if Gundogan's injured and he doesn't play against Arsenal, then you got some problems, because the only person you can easily get in cheaply is Foden. You can't afford kdB. And Foden is the reason I dropped Foden was because he wasn't playing regularly. Anyway, you wouldn't get it to injury records don't suddenly disappear, mate. He can get injured any second. He can also get injured early this season. Did you hear Pep say Edison is the best ball-playing goalkeeper in top flight football? Yep, I think best ball-playing football that is goalkeeper that he's ever had. Basically, full squad apart from Gundo and Ake, but Gundo should be back next week, says Harj. Hope so. Matches finishes at 3:30, says Peter. Yeah, well, by the time I get off tonight, it'll be midnight, so... yeah, Chris, you're going to see what Everton are like. Mahrez has to step up, says Harj. I'm not guaranteeing that. kdB and Gundo are the brains in midfield. I don't know how. Foden, Bernardo. No, I think we'll do all right. I think it's going to be interesting who is our second attacking midfielder if it's not Cancelo. It'll be interesting to see how we do it. Burnley 1, Fulham 1. At the moment, Fulham really need to win. That's a bit disappointing from my fantasy team because I've got 3 Burnley players at the back. I've got goalie, I've got Pope, I've got Ben Mee, and I've got can't remember the last one I've got actually. Someone cheap. So that's going to hurt me a little bit. I've got Ben Mee and Tarkowski. Is Ben Mee not playing? Ben Mee's not playing. Fan-blooming-tastic. But I didn't think I thought he got injured last game. So that's a massive bummer to lose Ben Mee when you could have had, anybody else. I started off really well, obviously having Gundogan as captain, Salah getting points, Burnley when I had Pope, Mee and Tarkowski getting a clean sheet. But it's tipped up. I had Target on my bench, and it's gone sour since then. Anyway, still, I'm going to walk away, hopefully, with about 100 points. Depends what Diaz and Cancelo do now as to whether I'll walk away with 100 points. I'm not having Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin not playing is actually good because that means my Matt Target comes in. I'm happy now, actually. My Matt Target comes in. That's another 6 points. That'll get me closer to 100 points for the week. Anyway, that's just by the by. Right, let's keep up with you guys. Unless Mahrez drops in midfield and Foden goes left wing, Sterling right wing. Harj, I don't see Pep doing that. I think it's more likely that we could play 4 up front. Honestly, we could play 4 up front. I don't think so. But wait and see. Anyone can get injured anytime. He's world class and he's 26. He's more than capable. I'd have had him playing. Simple as that. But maybe Pep looks at it this way and says, Stones is coming back for the big games. Okay? Arsenal at the weekend. Borussia Mönchengladbach next week. Yeah? West Ham coming up. Man United after. So keep Stones for the big games. Edison needs to try and do them long ball more often. It's something different going forwards, which can catch teams by surprise. Says Bjorn Odegaard. Ben Mee got concussion. That's it. Bjorn Odegaard. I forgot that he got injured because he come up with about 7 minutes to go. Everton will definitely play low block against us Saturday and tonight. Absolutely. Everton are just looking for a draw against City. That's how I see it, where they've only got one outlet, and that's Richarlison. They've only got one outlet in Richarlison. Decoura's midfield. Davis is hot. Look what they've got. Holgate, Keane, Godfrey, Mina, Digne. Is that 3 centre backs? Don't know how that works out. Decoura is box to box, but more on the defensive side for me. Davis is a scrapper. Sigurdsson hasn't got the pace, I don't think. He's got, obviously, penalties and free kicks and good passes. And Richarlison's your outlet, which it doesn't seem to me to be enough. Cancelo will be huge in the midfield. He's the only player with creativity in midfield like Gundogan and kdB, absolutely. Ben Mee's out with concussion, so he'll probably miss the weekend game. Yeah, I don't think kdB will. Honestly, I don't think kdB will be risked, Haj. We don't need to. You know, it might be. He can, if you're winning comfortably, he might come on for 10 minutes, but I don't see the point. I honestly don't see the point in kdB and Aguero. I don't see the point in any of them playing, to be honest. So wait and see. Let's have a quick drink, guys. Interesting. Let's just go and have a quick look at that other game. It's just a crazy time. Let's not bother with that other game, guys. It's just got so much going on. What's going on? Erling Braut Haaland, just a bit of an aside, has scored 16 goals in 12 Champions League games. The fastest player ever to reach that tally of goals in the competition, ahead of Ruud van Nistelrooy and Roberto Soldado, both with 16 goals in their first 20 appearances. So he's doing all right there. Just looking at all these gambling companies, I really do detest them. Anyway, just looking down what people are saying. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be really interesting. Right, so all quiet out there. Let's see what is going down with you guys. Beyond Gaming says, KDB, I can't see why Beyond Ultra Gaming, KDB's only just started training with the lads this week. I don't see why you take the risk of bringing him on. Hatches, we have Ben Mendy. Keep the spirits high. All right, Ben Mendy. Mbappe yesterday, absolutely. That's what you want. Faris says you want to get it. There's no doubt about his ability. But my point is that he can get injured and we can afford to rest him when needed because he's on form. People forget his injury record. But look, he's been getting the break. He's been getting the rest. If you spend all your time worrying about his injury record, then there's no point in keeping him. I think what we're not doing, because you can't guarantee when someone's going to get injured or not, I think we're just resting him from time to time. I don't think he needed a rest personally. I'm glad KDB is back alongside Aguero. Great timing. Gundo held the fort. He was brilliant, says Harry Mills. I just don't trust Laporte. He's made repeated mistakes that cost City dearly. I hate gambling rooms farmers. Absolutely. It's just invidious. It's all over the place. Haaland to City looks possible now as Dortmund are struggling at the moment and have recently announced Rose as their permanent manager at the end of the season. He's going from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Stones is better than Laporte at the moment. That doesn't mean Laporte should get. I agree, Faris, but Laporte's had a couple of games. What more do you want? What more do you want? Hey. Here we go. There you go. Matt spelt it wrong, but you know what I mean, Wayne Mawson. You know what I mean. I'm not saying Stones shouldn't play because he's injury prone. I'm saying he shouldn't play all the time. He's not playing all the time. Stones has only played. We've had, 23 league games this season? Stones played, is it 15 or 13? He's not played them all. Do you think City are on a run of 17 wins or so? Do you think that this team might have peaked a bit too early with this? No. You got to remember, I was talking to some guys today. 6 weeks ago, City played against Chelsea, beat them comfortably at their place with 8 players out and I think 5 or 6 of them were first teamers. 5 or 6. There was no Jesus, there was no Walker, there was no Aguero, there was no Laporte. Can't remember if there's no Jesus either. So we had at least, I think, 5 or 6 players who were first teamers absent. So we're not peaking yet. I don't think City have peaked. You've got to remember, this latest run, the last month, KDB's not been there. Aguero's not been there. Fernandinho's been injured. So we're just, and Laporte's been out for a while. Aki's not available. I mean, you can say he's not one of the best player, but not having Laporte, not having KDB, and not having Aguero. Big players. Hi, Rohan. Hope you're well, buddy. I would have played all 3 centre-backs and dropped Walker. Well, I said I wanted Walker. I said, I want him, because I thought Calvert-Lewin would play, but I want him for that physicality. I want him for his pace and power against Richarlison, for instance. And I want Cancelo playing in midfield. Stones had a rest against Swansea. This is Laporte's 3rd or 4th in a row, says Haj. 4 or 5 of those 23 were missed because he was injured, not because he was rested. He's been rested at least 2 or 3 times this season, Faris. If off the top of my head, he was rested on the 22nd of December when we played Arsenal. He was rested on the 22nd of December when we played Arsenal in the League Cup. He was rested off the top of my head against Cheltenham, against Swansea. And what was the first FA Cup game? So he's not, I might be wrong here, but he's been rested at least for 3 or 4 games. And actually, he's been rested for a league game because I dropped him after Pep didn't pick him for a league game. My Twitter account is... but I'd like to know who DZ Foot is. So here we go. Let me just check. Can't check. Waleed. All right, that's okay. Sorry, Waleed. I have to double check, buddy. I have to check. And I think if it is Waleed, you know why. Let's get rid of this question. Oh, hi, Hashbran. How you doing, buddy? So, look, Mahrez is starting. Great for Mahrez. Great for Waleed. Great for Algerian football to see Mahrez start. But I'm not sure. Honestly, I said this earlier on. I said at the start of the season that this could be Mahrez's last season at City. Because if Ferran Torres comes through, well, he's been out for too long. I don't think he's going to come through yet. But if City go out and get Messi, if City go out and get, where does Mahrez fit in? Because for me, you've got to think, even if Aguero doesn't play, you've got ahead of Mahrez, I believe, you'll have Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Messi, KDB, Foden, Haaland. You've got 7 players before you get to Mahrez. So where does he fit in 5 spots? It'd be even harder than this season where we've had no Aguero. Basically, Mahrez struggled to get in this side without Aguero. In Stone's 5 years at City, he's reached over 20 twice, and 3 of those seasons he never got to 20. This shows he's never and shouldn't play over 25. It doesn't necessarily, Faris, because he had injuries, but then he wasn't good enough. He had problems with his form and coming back. I don't think it just means that it's... I don't think it's... sorry, what I was going to say, Faris. It's simply down to injuries. Is it on Amazon? I've not even checked what it's on tonight, Andy. I've not even checked. I've got Amazon Prime, so I can watch it on that. Yeah, Faris. I think Stones was on the bench a lot as well, though, Faris, because he wasn't being picked. I mean, when you've got a choice of when Company was playing with Laporte, for instance, 2 seasons ago, then Stones wouldn't get a look in. Last season, Stones didn't get much of a look in. Rohan, let me check your comments then. I saw the high. saw the high ray, and that's it. Obviously, YouTube doesn't let all the comments come through. So Rohan said hi. I'm looking down for you again, Rohan. Please read my 2 comments above. It's really important. Well, there you go. Wow. Better to be on the bench more than usual than be out for injuries. That's my point. I'll tell you what, it's so funny. It really is. I tell you what, it is funny, Chris. It is so funny that more than a year and a half later, and it's something that James, I'll say something that I forgot his name now. He's on the radio. He said, "You've got to remember this. Here's the thing: there are people, literally, okay, who have got nothing better to do, and you just got to understand this. There are people who have literally got nothing better to do with their time than troll. There's people who have literally got nothing better to do with their lives than troll and do what these people are doing. They've got nothing better to do. And don't feel sorry for them. Don't have pity for them. There's people out there who have got nothing better to do with their time, and they literally could be spending hours every day doing stupid things like this, or they're wasting a lot of time, a lot of energy on something like this. It just kind of shows you that their lives are so empty that they have to do things like this. Absolutely, Football HD. Absolutely. Look. When we looked at this in the early days, we were, as confident as we could be that it was just a few people, and I don't think that's changed. It's a mistake to play Sterling on the left and Mahrez on the right, and on top of that, we have Cancelo on the right. It's a bad sign for me, says Rohan. I don't know. We're going to find out, obviously. I don't know how many did they do, Chris, but I know they troll at least a couple. I know 3 people, actually, who have said they've been trolled. I don't know if it's the same trollers, but it doesn't matter. Hash Brown doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who he is. I think basically, if you don't know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Hash. But look, Bernard used to get trolled because he was on my channel. So Bernard used to come to this channel and he'd get trolled on his channel, even though there weren't that many people watching. He used to get trolled. I mean, why would you troll Bernard? He's done nothing wrong except appear on my channel. That's it. Anyway, Cancelo on the left. I don't think Cancelo's going to be on the left row, and I'm hoping Cancelo plays further forwards, because think about it. Everton, and one of the reasons we like Cancelo, thank you, Duffs. One of the reasons we like Cancelo is because he plays more in midfield, and we've been saying he's been playing in midfield, and we do that against a team that are playing a low block, against a team that are not prepared to attack us, against a team that we don't think are too dangerous. Okay, and we've been playing with an extra player in midfield like Cancelo to be creative, yeah, and then we can alternate players, and then like we've seen with Gundogan, different players come through the middle to go in attack, and teams can't come. They can't work it out. They can't control what's going on. Okay, 1 minute you got Foden going down the middle, next minute you got Sterling going down the middle, then you've got Bernardo Silva or Cancelo or Gundogan. They can't cope. They can't cope with this interchanging of positions and players in the system. They just can't cope. And so with Cancelo and more in midfield, he's going to be a much more of a creative element. And we've seen before, we played with 2 centre-backs at the back, and that's it. And Rodri to supplement them when a team breaks and we've got both our wingers up front. Yeah, Rodri supplements or to get the ball or whatever. And I think that's a big thing. So I think we're going to play with 3 at the back. We've done it quite often when we've done it with Laporte at left back, Diaz at centre back, and Stones on the right. As we did that one game. We did it in a game with, I think, I can't remember which other game. We've done it with Stones, Diaz, and Zinchenko. I think we did it with them. So we've done it with a few different players like that. We've done it with a few different people like that. Okay, where maybe 3 times this season we've done it with 3 at the back. Cancelo is mostly playing as a double pivot, says Abhishek, with Rodri nowadays, and Sterling was absolutely brilliant with Sleeper on the left. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Cancelo's in the midfield and Sterling taking the width on the right, frees up Gundogan to make the runs. We don't have that this game. I think we'll have the thing is, Rohan, we're going to have a lot of the ball. Hey, Hashbrand, do you see the game against Barca, PSG, and Mbappe? I've got to be honest, guys. Got to be honest. I was watching. I love RB Leipzig. I wanted to see. I wanted to see RB Leipzig play. I wanted to see that against Liverpool. And once Liverpool were 2-0 up, I want to see Angelino. I wanted to see Upamecano. Disappointment that Upamecano. I want to see the manager. Disappointment. I watched mostly that game. And I turned on the PSG game towards the end. Barcelona dead, says Chris. Yeah. Especially when Messi goes. I mean, they should have got rid of him last season and started the rebuild. All they've done is delay that rebuild one more season. And I don't think it was. Yeah, they gave the ball away far too much. Everton are preparing to train for us at Goodison Park. 3 at the back, I reckon, will be Walker on the right side, Diaz in the middle, Laporte on the left. I'm quite happy with that. I'd switch Cancelo and Walker. Cancelo does more ghosting into midfield. Everton will play open. They want. Who with seriously, Faris? Seriously, who are Everton going to play open with? With Davis? With Doucouré? I can't see how Everton can play open. I see a team that's there to defend. I see a team that's there to play 5 at the back, 3 in front of them, and then Sigurdsson or 4 in front of them, and Richarlison up top on his own. If Everton were going to play open, they'd have had Calvert-Lewin. They'd have had him starting. I just think Everton are there just to see if they can hang on for a point. Chris says Upamecano is overrated. Well, he was horrible yesterday. Absolutely horrible. He must have given that ball away 10 times. Not a City player. Yesterday we saw past and the future on the same pitch in Messi and Mbappe. Says Ron, I didn't watch the Liverpool game, but they were gifted. Oh yeah, they were gifted. But look, Liverpool were pretty much on top. They had chances, so they deserve to win. Messi's an incredible player, without doubt, one of the greatest players ever. But does Man City really need a 34-year-old Messi next season? Not just televised salary. Salary is not an issue. That's going to be paid for by sponsors and stuff like that. So the money's not an issue. You know, if you believe what I read about him at Barca, it might have cost them 555 million over 4 seasons, but they got 800 million back from the money he brings into the club. I was told it was 200 million a season. So, you know, the money sides are not an issue. The ego's a problem, but you'd like to think the biggest ego's Pep. City are good enough. Look at City now. City are good enough to leave Messi on the bench. Look, Aguero's not played this season. 141 minutes in the whole season, and most that's he started 1 game, which he never finished. So City are good enough to leave. If Messi wants to mess about, we leave him on the bench. City are good enough to do that. So I think I hope that he would come to win stuff, but he would be more respectful, and he'd deal with Pep and everything else. I just think I can see it working. And at 34, I don't know what he's done this season. Obviously, he's not happy where he is. He said so. And he got more goals than Jamie Vardy. He got more assists than KDB. So for me, his numbers are still decent. Everton do play forward football, don't they? Says, yeah, but they've got no want to focus on, the guy they focused on was Calvert-Lewin. He's not there. Okay? The guy who helps him would be Richarlison. He's there. You got Sigurdsson, no James Rodriguez, no creativity, no Allen in midfield. They got Davis and Doucouré. I just don't think that's a side for me that's looking for a bit of luck and free kicks and corners and stuff like that. Everton will definitely play far the back, but we don't have width in the lineup. I think we do, Rohan. You'll watch. Pep will say Sterling stay wide on the left. Mahrez will stay wide on the right. They might cut in, fair enough, but they will stay wide. Salah Mane won't get an easy finish. Oh, it was crazy, Chris. It was crazy. You know, how to help a team that was struggling for a little bit of confidence. It really was. You know, I can't believe Leipzig got second in the Bundesliga the way they're playing. That's Ancelotti's, I missed that, philosophy. He rarely parks the bus. And Doucouré's class, I think he will park the bus. That's what I reckon anyway. Score prediction, Andy, I regularly say 2-0 this season. I'm happy with that. Leipzig, well, the thing is, Liverpool don't need to bust a gut. Leipzig needs to go and get at least 2 goals. I can't see it. Abhishek says, even I would like Haaland more than Messi if given an option. Sally's one of the best players in the world. He got 24 goals in all competitions. He's got no patch on Gundogan. Chris says, I'm confident. Yeah, Liverpool will get through. I have no doubt. At home, forget, obviously there's no crowd, but I just can't see them coming and getting 3 goals against Liverpool. Who's better for City, Mbappe or Haaland? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Someone would argue Mbappe. Haaland wants to play off the last defender, but either of them will do as well. Liverpool got 2 free goals. Leipzig had better chances. Hardwood wants Haaland. Nagelsmann openly said that Liverpool didn't deserve the win. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's a crazy man. He's a crazy man. Mbappe is more suited, says Faris. I think so. Hard goes 1-0 City. Harry, probably not going to do half times because I want to watch the football, and half time I've got to catch up on paperwork and stuff. I've got a load of meetings lined up. I've got 1, 2 for tomorrow, and I'm just sorting out all the details. So I need a little bit of time because, to be honest, I want at least 5 minutes at halftime to do some paperwork, arrange some meetings. Because once the game finishes, here it'll be about 11:15. Yeah, because when it starts, it's 9:15 here. So give me about an hour 45 minutes. It's at least 11 o'clock. By the time I finish, it'll be 11:30 to 12. So it's going to be a late one. So I'm probably not going to do the halftime. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot. Thank you so much for coming on, everybody. Remember, if you are new to the channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And give us a thumbs up because it's always nice to be liked. Look after yourselves, guys. Enjoy the football. Come on, City. We can do it.